Bakhita, you probably heard her name. I remember mentioning her in one of my homilies. There is something in this woman that is very compelling, her inner strength and compassion. If you were to turn back the hands of time, what part of your life would you change? Or better, what is it that you would wish never happened at all? Reason could range from I was too young, helpless, I did not have a choice, I needed to survive, so I simply had to do it. In all these circumstances, old memories bring back untold pain and suffering to a wound that had never healed. Who is she? Born in 1869 in Sudan, Africa, she lived a happy and carefree life, not knowing what suffering was, until her life took a tragic turn. She was taken by an Arab slave trader and sold into slavery. She was forced to walk barefooted about 600 miles, and over the course of 12 years, she was sold many times and then given away. The trauma of her abduction caused her to even forget her name, but her captors named her Bakhita, meaning fortunate. She recalls having met several masters, a wealthy Arab who treated her well, until his son broke into rage and lashed and beat her so severely she was disabled for a month. Another who subjected her to many forms of humiliation and torture, being tattooed at the age of 13 and getting 114 marks on her breast, belly, and arm, and so much more. However, in 1883, she was sold to a kinder owner, the Italian vice consul, treated her much more humanely, who later took her to Italy, where she was given away to a family where she served as a nanny. In 1888, Bakhita was left under the care of the Canossian sisters by her new owners, and for the first time she learned about God, the God who died on the cross forgiving his enemies. This was the beginning of her getting to know the real master, who she confessed that from childhood she experienced him in her heart without knowing who he was. She was later baptized and given the name Josephine Margaret Bakhita. Often she was seen kissing the baptismal font, saying, "Here I became a daughter of God." She later joined the Canossian sisters and later consecrated herself forever to her newfound master. She died in 1947. Immediately after that, her people began to petition for her canonization. She was beatified in 1992 and canonized by Pope John II in 2000. What an amazing, remarkable woman. She endured unimaginable hardship, humiliation, and yet showed mercy. She learned to look at her tragic and horrific past as her way to getting at the feet of her real Lord and Master, who loved her so much, so that in her own words, if she were to meet her captors today, without hesitation, she said, "I would kneel and kiss their hands of those who kidnapped and tortured me. For if these things had not happened, I would not have been a Christian and a religious today." Only someone who has been loved so much can in gratitude respond and follow in the footsteps of the Master, the way Bakhita did, getting rid of all bitterness and anger, and in place of this, compassion and a forgiving heart. I hope you enjoyed listening. Good day. God bless.